For this recipe, we're using a 2-pound pork tenderloin. Using paper towels, go ahead and pat dry the pork tenderloin. Remove most of the silver skin from the pork tenderloin. The silver skin is a tough and chewy membrane that runs along the surface of the pork tenderloin. It does not break down during the cooking process and can be unpleasant to eat. Therefore, it is usually recommended to remove the silver skin from the pork tenderloin before cooking. Removing the silver skin can also help to ensure even cooking and better seasoning intake. Without the silver skin, the seasoning can penetrate the meat more effectively, resulting in a more flavorful and tender pork tenderloin. To remove the silver skin, use a sharp knife and start by making a small incision along one end of the silver skin. Then, carefully slice the knife under the silver skin, keeping the blade parallel to the surface of the meat, and gently work it back and forth to separate the silver skin from the meat. Try to remove as much of the silver skin as possible without removing too much of the meat. Then, cut a slit all the way down the long end of your pork tenderloin. Make sure not to cut it all the way through. Open your pork tenderloin like a butterfly. Now cover it with plastic wrap and pound it with a meat tenderizer. Pound the meat with the flat side of the meat tenderizer. Keep pounding until the meat is about half an inch thick without tearing up the meat. Let's make a rub. Combine 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, half a teaspoon of dried rosemary, 1 teaspoon of ground coriander, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, and freshly ground black pepper to taste. Then mix to combine. Now, in an oven-safe large skillet of a medium heat, add 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. Then add 2 slices of bacon cut into bite-sized pieces. Cook the bacon for about 4 to 5 minutes, or until browned. Then add 6 ounces of baby bella mushrooms thinly sliced, followed by half a small onion diced. Saute for about 5 minutes or until the vegetables are soft. Season with a pinch of kosher salt and freshly ground black pepper to taste. And once the mushrooms are nice and soft, add 2 cloves of garlic minced, followed by 1/4 cup of fresh parsley. Give that a quick toss for 30 seconds. Then remove the stuffing mixture out of the skillet. Now, season the inside of the pork tenderloin with the spice rub that we created, about 1 teaspoon. Then spread the mushroom mixture over the surface of the pork tenderloin. Use toothpick to close the pork tenderloin just like so. Meanwhile, preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 200 degrees Celsius. And once the stuffed pork tenderloin has been closed, season the outside with the spice rub that we created as well. Feel free to massage the rub into the meat. Use all of the spice rub and season the pork tenderloin all over. Now, using the same skillet over medium heat, add 2 more tablespoons of avocado oil. Once the oil is nice and hot, transfer the pork tenderloin to this skillet and sear for about 2 minutes per side. Now transfer to the preheated oven and bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 18 to 20 minutes, or until an instant read thermometer reads 145 to 150 degrees Fahrenheit in the thickest part of the meat. Transfer the pork tenderloin to a cutting board and let it rest for 10 minutes before slicing. And once the pork tenderloin has rested, remove all the toothpicks. Slice your pork tenderloin just like so before serving. You may garnish with fresh parsley, and you may drizzle some of the juices from the pan that are bursting with flavor. And now you are ready to eat. Ooh. There you guys have it, stuffed pork tenderloin. Enjoy! Buen provecho! Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye!
Yeah.